How's it going, guys? My name is Voss, and if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. We're in another Tesla. Wow, that was cool. What's going on, guys? My name is Voss, and today we're back in the Tesla. I'm actually making just a few Tesla videos today. Last time we talked about the reliability at right around 10K miles, and overall it's been very positive, so go check that video out. But today I want to talk about 5 of my favorite features. I'm going to say 5. There'll probably be a little more thrown in there, but 5 of my main favorite features of the Tesla Model 3 Performance. And I'm almost done at the charging station, so we're going to get on the road, and I'm going to break it down for you. Before we get driving, and I give you some of my impressions there, one of my favorite things I like about this vehicle is you can summon it or have it come out of your garage. So if you have the phone app, I have the key card on me right now, but if you have the phone app, you can stand outside your garage and you press the summon button, and it'll actually back it out. And I'll show you a little video. We have a pretty congested driveway, and it still pulled it out of the garage just fine without any issues. So that's a really, really great feature to have. It's nice for if you're in a tight situation, if you can't get to your door, if you're parked somewhere, it'll pull it out like a tight parking garage or a parking setup. So that was a very, very great feature, and it does the same for parking as well. And if you there's a set of options it'll prompt on the screen if you're trying to park into a spot. It'll actually assist you in parking. Second thing I absolutely love about the Tesla is just how or the Tesla Model 3 is just how basic and easy to use everything is. When we first got the vehicle, I was very against just the center screen. I thought it was going to be harder to understand and navigate while you're driving. It's actually proved me wrong. It's been the opposite. I can focus on the road. I can enjoy my driving experience because even though this is electric, it takes turns really well. It handles well. We've got Michelin Pilot Sports on there, so it's actually a decent driver's car. So I can just engage on the driving experience, and if I need to see something, I can see it on the screen. But it's super easy to use. The center screen's been really good. Everything's at your fingertips, and overall, I've been very impressed. It's probably one of my favorite stuff. And with this being powered by LTE, you can get access to streaming services. You can get on the internet. There's I think Slacker is one of the things, but there's like a lot of streaming services built into here where you can skip songs, you can pause, play. So many awesome features built into the screen. Alrighty, guys, we're done at the supercharging station, so I'm going to start heading out, and let's jump into the third thing I like in this vehicle, and that's the acceleration. I mean, this is the Model 3 Performance, and I'm not going to just say acceleration. I'm actually going to throw performance into that. With this being the performance version, it's pretty expensive, and that gets you, longer battery range, and a more dual motor. So now this is all-wheel drive. There's a motor in the front and the rear, and that lets this car accelerate from Tesla claims 0 to 60 in I think it was 3.1, 3.2 seconds. I have tried that out on a enclosed track, not on the roads, obviously. I've seen numbers almost 3 flat. This thing is very quick. It's very, very fast. It accelerates just very aggressively. And since there's not gears to cycle through, in my M3, it's a 6-speed, so I'm sitting there shifting gears all the time. The acceleration is just brutal. I mean, you'll step on it, and I'll show a little snippet as we turn out of here, and it just throws you back in your seat. And I mean, it is very, very aggressive. So that is one of my, and I'm gonna, like I said, acceleration and performance. The performance in this vehicle is out of this world because it is the Model 3, not the Model S. They kept it more a lot of the features are more like a car. But check this out. I mean, that is extremely quick. Everything just flew across in the seats. I mean, it is mind-numbing. And the first time I reviewed this vehicle, when I did that, I couldn't stop doing it. And by the end of my review, my head started hurting because I was just, every time I thought I was ready for it and I wasn't, I tried to fight it. It just goes so quickly. But even performance, I mean, this car comes with 20-inch wheels with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's on it. Those are extreme. I mean, that's what I got on my M3. They're extremely driver-focused, sticky, well-handling tires. So this car takes corners well, it takes turns well. I mean, overall, very, very impressive for just the performance aspect. Jumping into my next, I guess, thing that I absolutely love in here, and it's a pretty obvious one. It's the self-driving. I mean, it is so good. it is, I haven't driven a whole lot of vehicles with assisted driving. I know Mercedes does it, a lot of newer, like, Ford, Kia, all these companies are starting to do this now. But in here, it's so effortless. Like, we'll get it out on the side road here, and once I get up to speed, the screen will actually prompt you with a little steering wheel next to the top left corner under the speedo, and once you are allowed to put it in self-driving or assisted driving mode, you just press the driving stalk. It's like a park reverses on the actual wheel itself. You press that down twice, and now you get set up in the autonomous mode. And it's not fully self-driving because it's not out yet. It's government restricted, but it does such a good job. I mean, let's see here. Let's see if we can get it into auto steer. But it takes corners really well. I mean, obviously, it doesn't stop at traffic lights yet because then it would be fully self-driving, which isn't allowed. But here we got a stretch of straight here. And you can see, you can set the speed limit. And now my hands are pretty much off the wheel. And I'll just let it, while I discuss how good it does, I'll let it, drive me to this upcoming stop here. And, I mean, it is such an effortless, easy way to do it. You just drop that down twice. You'll see on the screen that is active. It has cameras all around the screen or on the vehicle that's like gauging its distance in the lane. It just does a phenomenal job. We've got a slight turn coming up here. I'm wondering how it'll do. And we're gonna have to stop. So let's get out of this for a second. I'm gonna take a left here and we'll put it back on it. But I mean, it just does such a good job. And here, let's see if we can demonstrate that again. And we got speed bumps coming up, so I'm gonna stay at about 20 miles an hour, just so we don't run through these. But, I mean, it is just doing such an effortless job, and we can go back up to 25. If you quickly scroll up, it'll go up 5 increments. If you scroll a little bit increment by increment, it'll go up 1. I mean, it's just doing such a good job. And you can actually see on the screen, like, there's an oncoming car that's about to approach. You'll actually probably see it on the screen here. So it is it is very focused on safety to make sure that you are as safe as you can be. But overall, I mean, it is just doing a phenomenal job right now. And every now and then it'll prompt you on the screen to, you can see it's detecting vehicles. It'll prompt you on the screen to touch the wheel, just so it knows that you're still there, because it's not technically supposed to be fully self-driving. But overall, I mean, it's just doing such a good job. It's a little intimidating and scary at first, but it is such a great feature. Wow, what an impressive feature. I absolutely love this. Even when, like, some of the lines are missing on the road, the camera system, since the updates, has done a much better job judging where to put the car. So there's a stop sign up here. It actually won't stop. If you notice, it'll just keep on going, so I'm going to take over. Well, if there's a car in front of me, I have it set to 3 car lengths. It will stop then. But that is hands down, apart from the performance, one of my favorite aspects of the Model 3. One of the last things that I want to jump into on here that I absolutely love, but this is a personal opinion. I like the more subtle appearance, and the Model 3 doesn't. It's not really in your face. It's very calm. It doesn't look super aggressive, but it packs a whole lot of performance without being overly in your face. And I love the design aspects and elements of this vehicle. The only thing I wish the front end kind of looks a little funky without the grille, because it doesn't need it. But other than that, I absolutely love it. And one of the things I was not a fan of in here was the interiors felt kind of cheaper. The seats felt good, but everything felt a little bit like not as nice for the money for a luxury car if you're comparing this to like a Mercedes or a BMW or a German rival. But I got these products from Evanex, where I was able to install this carbon fiber vinyl look, and it has transformed the entire interior of this vehicle. So with just a little bit of that, as well as overall, this car it looks really good. The inside is super modern and sleek now. I like it way better than the wood look, and I've just been very, very impressed. I love the looks of this on the outside of this car. So that's gonna wrap up I guess in the last 10,000 miles, those have been my favorite features of the Tesla. Like I said, the acceleration and performance and handling is very, very good. It's like gut-wrenching quick. It makes you nauseous, it makes you dizzy. It is just such a good experience when you press on that accelerator. The styling in here, I like it. I like it a lot now, a lot more on the inside now that EvanX hooked us up with some great products. So I'll give you their discount code here and put their information down below. But overall, I mean, this car is really, really good, and you get a lot of, value here. If this is your around town car, it is just absolutely fantastic. If you're not, if you don't need to drive it 700 miles in a stretch, and you can take advantage of this one. Has free supercharging, which I didn't put that as something I like because I know not all of them get that, so I wanted to leave that out of there. But overall, I've been blown away with the performance in this vehicle. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, hit that like button, and thank you for watching. I will see you next video.